Grace and peace. Good morning, good afternoon. I pray all is well. Welcome back for some more conversations about God. I've decided to start filming these on TikTok live and then just sending them over to YouTube for them to rest there, just so that hopefully anyone in the TikTok audience can access it too, since I don't normally do lessons on TikTok. Y'all know I'm not a fan of social media, but it has its purposes. It's like 95% darkness, and then I just want to add in my little bit of 5% of the light and just kind of put it out into the abyss and hope that it reaches who it can. So I wanted to do a series on motherhood, call it the Motherhood series. Wow, so shocking, right? So original. But just the conversations I'm seeing now on social media around motherhood is so negative and toxic, if you ask me. And on either side you look at it, whether you're for motherhood or against it, all I see people talking about is the extremes. This is how great it is. It's so wonderful. There's never a bad day. Or it's the worst thing in the world. There's never a good day. And I'm like, can't we find some nuance? Can't we meet in the middle? And that's what we've lost as a human race, is nuance and middle ground and understanding. And that's what I pretty much want to do the series for, is just finding that middle ground in motherhood when it comes to motherhood. And ultimately encouragement to other mothers out there. The two greatest passions that I come on this app for is God and motherhood. And so this is my way of just encouraging other women who are mothers, who want to become mothers, on the journey of what motherhood is. And so we're going to start all the way at the beginning, and then we're going to work our way up through all the things that come with motherhood. So obviously the first thing is pregnancy, right? Actually getting pregnant with the child. So that's where we're going to start. Hi, I am a mother of 5 children. Me and my husband, we've been together for 20 years, and we have 5 beautiful children together. And it has been a journey, as everything in life is a journey. And I've had a lot of different experiences in childbirth, child rearing, as every other mother can say. Like, you have experience in it because you're raising a child. And I don't come on here as this, what's the word I'm looking for? I hope I didn't hit the mic. I always be hitting it, making noise. I don't want to come on here as this expert, as this, let me tell all you mothers how to do it. I don't want to tell nobody how to do nothing, because everybody has free will and everybody do whatever heck they want to do and raise their children how they want, hopefully in all good ways. But we're all different and we all do things differently. There is no one certain way to mother, and there is no one certain way to love your children. It all looks different depending on your personality and everything. So I'm not coming out here to tell anybody how to do nothing. I mostly just want encouragement for mothers out there. So let's just get into life and pregnancy, and we'll start with the Apocrypha, which is part of the 1611 Bible. They took it out, and so it's separate. So I have that here. My husband graciously did the book binding for me a long time ago. So we'll go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 1 through 6. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 1 through 6. This is Solomon speaking. I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, because we're all mortal men here, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of man, and the pleasure that came with sleep. Just the wording on what's happening in the woman's womb. It's the miracle of life. You are being made in the womb in those 10 months, and that's what's happening. You're compacted with blood from the seed of man, from the semen, and this egg, life is being formed. And verse 3, and when I was born, I drew in the common air and fell upon the earth, which is of like nature, because we are organic, just like the earth is. So just like our nature is the earth. And the first voice which I uttered was crying, as all others do. I was nursed in swaddling clothes, and that with cares. For there is no king that had any other beginning of birth. For all men have one entrance into life, and the like going out. We're all born the same way. We all go out the same way. Naked, with nothing, coming into the earth the same way, going out the same way. And this just explains, like I said, just the miracle of life and the miracle of life forming within your womb. I don't know that I think we pay attention, but I don't know really. Everybody's so down for, baby red rum now. It's a miracle. A drop of a liquid mixed with an egg turns into life. And inside this womb, a baby is being formed. And there's bone, muscle, teeth, which I guess are bone. Teeth are bone, right? There's teeth, hair, bone, muscle, ligaments, fat, just eyelashes, toenails. All these things are being formed in one place. That is incredible when you really think about it. In one womb, this one setting, all of these different textures, I don't know what word I want to say. All these different things are being formed in one place. That is an absolute miracle. Life in itself is an absolute miracle. That's why these scientists are always trying to recreate it, because they're like, oh my gosh, if God's gonna do it, we can do it too. Which they never will. They will try, but they never will, because it is the miracle of God, the miracle of life. And it's really beautiful. Just look at that. You're technically two different beings, but you're living in existence together in one body, just until the smaller being is big enough to live on their own, and that's when they come out. And I just think that's beautiful. Just in and of itself, what pregnancy is, and it's bringing life into this world. And I think we have to love ourselves enough to love life, to love that process. And the devil has got us in a place of such hatred and such aggression that we celebrate death, and we celebrate baby red rum. And I kind of find it funny that when you don't agree with baby red rum, it's called pro-life. But if you do agree with it, it's pro-choice. I'm like, why wouldn't it be pro-life and then pro-death? Because that's essentially what you're saying, right? And so it's just, we've been so caught up in death. And it's the video games. I've never seen so many horror video games when I was a kid. The games we played were fun. Now, like, horror games is like the number one thing. That's all everybody plays. That's all everybody talks about is death and killing. And we're just in a bad place. And because we're in such a bad place, to look at pregnancy and look at the beginning of life as so precious. And I think that's something we need to do. That's something we've been missing. And so it's just a beautiful thing. I don't know what else to say about it other than it's a miracle, and it's beautiful. Okay, let's do Psalms chapter 139, verse 13. I wrote that wrong anyway. Psalms 139, verse 13. Oops, I can turn the page. Okay, Psalms 139, verse 13 says, "For thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb." And I meant to write it down and I didn't. But the NIV version says that we're knit together in our mother's womb. It is the power of God and the Spirit of God putting these things together. The baby doesn't just grow everything at once. It grows everything at different times. And it's so perfectly timed, or this comes first and this and this and this. Now, I say I got 5 kids. I don't remember what happened first and what came first. All I know is at different times, they're different sizes and their body can do different things. And it is a beautiful sight and a beautiful miracle to be able to get this window into what's happening inside the womb. And especially when you go see an ultrasound, you get to see the baby moving around. You really are like, wow, this is a living being inside of me. And it's just to imagine being knit together. If you know anything about knitting, I don't know much. All I know is you go like this. It's a process. You go like this. It's a slow, patient process. of knitting something beautiful. And when you look at that in us in our mother's wombs, the Lord did that with us. He slowly put us together inch by inch and created life. And then out comes this baby. And then we grow into being the humans that we are. And if we were good to each other, it would be a lot more meaningful. But we're so mean to each other. And we turn into such a-holes that we take something so beautiful, such as life, and we end up hating each other, hurting each other, harming each other, killing each other. It's sad, but the way of being a human. We go against the things that God has set forth for us for good. So just, yeah, I just want to read those scriptures. Just, hey, pregnancy is beautiful. Life is a miracle. It is a beautiful thing. And now to get more practical on like a practical sense. So for all the women who are currently pregnant, congratulations. And your body will change. A lot of the fears that I hear from women is, oh, my body's going to change. And I've heard it called body horror. These names, they have names for everything now. It doesn't really make sense. They just look at the vocabulary and they're like, okay, this word goes with this. Let's give it this title. Your body's going to change. It is. You will gain weight. The baby is inside of your womb and your body shifts to accommodate it. That in and of itself, the whole process is beautiful. All of your organs could shift upwards and make room for this baby. And the baby comes out and then all of your organs shift back down and everything gets back settled into place. And it can do it multiple times over and over again. That's pretty incredible. Pretty daggone incredible. And I don't like how I've heard it framed before, like the least of what a woman's body can do is give life. I'm like, the least? Are you kidding me? It's incredible. That's the best thing our bodies can do as women is give birth. We have life inside of us and we give life out of our own bodies. What? Like, come on, women. I ain't trying to be no feminist, but we are incredible and our bodies can do incredible things. So if you're pregnant right now, congratulations. Take pride in that. I know we're at a time where they're trying to make it seem like if you having kids, you're crazy. Take pride in the love of God and the love of the miracle that He blessed you with. So in saying that, yes, your body's going to change. We're going to talk about the real. We're going to talk about the ups and downs. We're going to talk about real encouragement. Your body's going to change. You're going to gain weight. Your feet might get bigger. My feet got a little bigger. Your voice might change. My voice changed. My voice got deeper after my first child. You'll have skin issues. I had, because your hormones are, going all over the place. So your body is adjusting. I looked like a giraffe up here for many months. I remember I had discoloration around my mouth. So there's going to be parts of your body changing that you don't like and that you're uncomfortable with. But when you realize, it's not about you. You understand that it's because you're growing this baby. And usually by that time, you're happy already. As soon as you see that positive pregnancy test, you're already happy. So whatever comes with the pregnancy, you're like, all right, bet, let's do it. It can be hard. I dealt with high blood pressure, gestational diabetes. So especially towards the end, it can get difficult to carry around that big belly and all these different health issues. But just because something is difficult doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. And this whole idea of like, oh, it's going to destroy my body, it's going to do this and all that. It actually doesn't, because you can obviously build yourself back. And do we look at that with other things in life with that same lens? Because it's difficult, because it's hard, I'm not going to do it. Because it's difficult and hard, I'm not going to go to college. Because it's difficult and hard, I'm not going to apply for this job. I'm not going to start this business. I'm going to, everything could have an excuse. Everything is hard in some way, shape, or form. So we shouldn't just negate children and negate pregnancy because it's hard and it's difficult. It's going to be hard on our bodies. It will. And what I will say with trying to be more balanced and trying to give encouragement with being a mother, it can feel like a blessing and a curse sometimes. And that's just me being totally honest. You will have days where you're like, this is the best thing ever. God is so gracious. I am so blessed. The sun is shining brighter and there's just rainbows and butterflies. And then you're going to have days where your kids get on your last nerve and you're like, what have I done with my life? Why did I even want to have kids? Why do I have kids? I'm going crazy. It feels like a curse sometimes because it's difficult. But what in life is not difficult? You could paint that with the same brush of anything. Like I said, work, school, friendships, relationships, going after any type of dream or any type of goal. Anything is difficult. So it takes nuance and it takes balance to understand the balance of it all. Um, you will have a lot of appointments. You'll start off with, what is it, once a month? Once a month. And then it goes to twice a month towards like the third trimester, and towards the beginning of the fourth. And then towards the end of your pregnancy, you're going to be every week. So it could be a lot to juggle mentally as well. But again, usually when you're at that step, you're already excited for the life that's growing in your womb. So you have no problem just, rolling with the punches, rolling with it. People try to give you a lot of advice, especially if you're a first time mom. Take it with a grain of salt. Everybody thinks they're an expert on everything. Opinions are like a-holes. Everybody got one. So just take it with a grain of salt. You will feel sick. You will feel, the morning sickness, which they call it morning sickness, but it's not really just in the morning. You could feel sick all day long, nauseous, throwing up, can't eat certain foods. Your body is trying to, I don't know, I don't want to say negotiate. It's not negotiate. Accommodate for the other body that's growing inside of you. So it's a beautiful experience where I think it's been painted as so negative, like, oh, it just takes so much away from you. And it's kind of like this give and take. It's this give and take between you and the baby, and in the process, because it's not only bad things, there's some good things. Your skin be glowing, your hair gets fuller. Some people talk about, they chests get bigger. Again, good with the bad, because then afterwards, postpartum, your hair can actually fall out. So your body goes through a lot of changes. You will go through a lot of things hormonally, and that's to bring life into this world. It is an incredible experience, an incredible journey that you will go through mentally, physically, spiritually, and ultimately the foundation of everything is going to be God. When you're rooted in God and you have a foundation of God, like the scriptures say, when the storms come and they rage, and the trials of life, hardships, when it comes, you're going to be able to stand because God is with you. So when you have that foundation and you go through these hard days in your pregnancy, the Lord is going to be with you, and he's going to strengthen you and encourage you to get through it every single second. The Lord is always with us 100% of the time. So what else? Because all I wrote was talk about the different experiences and the ups and downs of pregnancy. I'm like, I don't know where I was going with this. Trying to think what other people complain about in pregnancy. I don't really know. I know there's a lot of backhanded compliments sometimes. With compliments, I would tell people, "Oh, I'm pregnant with my fifth." They'd be like, "Ah!" I'm like, "Is that supposed to be a bad thing?" Children are a blessing, and we're going to read another scripture about that in a minute. Just having children, not that you have to have this whole wagon full of them, but just being gracious and blessed that the Lord trusts you to raise life. And so it's a beautiful thing. And man, I actually thought I was going to be talking a lot longer than this. I don't know if I want to say anything else, really. I'm talking about the just different ups and downs of it. You will deal with some back pains, and you're going to waddle, and gravity feels a little bit off for a little bit. But you take it in stride, just with anything else in life, and just take it one day at a time and find the joys in it. Even when you're having hard days during your pregnancy, find the joys in it. Feeling the baby kick, seeing the ultrasound, just knowing that you're raising this life within you, and you'll be able to hold them and kiss them and all of that one day. I think that's probably my most favorite part of pregnancy, was feeling the child kick. That is so sobering. Is that the right word? Because the baby's growing in you. You go to appointments, you hear the heartbeats, you see the ultrasound, but when you actually feel it, and you feel that your womb has become this growing place for life, it's just, this joy just flutters in your heart. And I'm grateful to have been able to experience pregnancy and experience childbirth and raising children. And I pray for blessings for those of you that are pregnant right now. I'll do other videos on like childbirth and delivery and postpartum and raising kids and all that stuff. But ultimately, just right now with the pregnancy, for all of you pregnant women, I pray for your safety, your health. Take it one day at a time. And we will discuss, should I make delivery separate? I might be able to squeeze it in here because I don't think it's too much. The delivery. It doesn't matter how you give birth, C-section, vaginal, you're a mother. Okay? Don't feel no stigma about it. I did my first child was a C-section, and I felt depressed about it for a little bit because I was like, well, I'm not a real woman because I didn't, push out the baby. That doesn't determine whether you're a mother or not, whichever way it came out. It's the fact that you raised life in your womb and it has exited. That's what makes you a mother. So don't let nobody make you feel down about that. And then when it comes to like breastfeeding or bottle feeding, it doesn't matter as long as the child eats. That is what matters. A lot of it is getting off social media because a lot of people's opinions are just thrown at you left and right, and you can't really figure out what you want. So get off social media and take time to think for yourself. Take time to pray. Take time to think for yourself. What is it that you want out of the pregnancy, the delivery? And a lot of times people just want a healthy baby. People want a healthy baby, healthy birth experience, and that's it. So pray for that. And I do pray that the delivery process is well. I pray that good doctors and nurses are with you all in there. The state of wisdom and knowledge is a little terrifying now with people just trying to get all this stuff on ChatGPT. And so I pray that all of your doctors and nurses are knowledgeable and they treat you well in the hospital, or if you're doing home births or birth centers or whatever, just that you have a beautiful birthing experience. It's going to hurt. It's very painful. It's the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, obviously, giving birth. Some people I've heard, they compare it to, they're like, okay, which one hurts more, toothache or pregnancy, childbirth? And there's some women who will say toothache. I'm one of those ones who says childbirth. I felt both. They both really do hurt, but childbirth is like, it's another level. You really have to dig deep, take your deep breaths. It's mental. Everything really is mental. And just focus. Just really focus on what the pain is for. It's not just you're just going through pain for nothing. You're just going through pain for spits and giggles. You're going through it because new life is about to exit your body, and it's a beautiful experience. I would never want to relive my birth experiences because it hurt, but to replay it in my mind, it's really beautiful and it's really moving. And if you can record, because you do want to look back, and sometimes you look back and you see how strong you were, and you're really proud of yourself with, wow, I pushed out a baby, I did it. So just kind of like squeezing in childbirth in there. I just kind of want to give my thoughts, and I guess that's it. Not really a whole lot, just the beauty and miracle of life and carrying life and giving birth and finding joy in it, finding pride in it. If anyone tries to make you feel down or negative about it, you can talk to them about it. And if you need to, distance yourself from them because they're trying to put that negativity on you. And you don't need that during this experience of bringing new life into this world. Yeah, I guess that's all. Just pray for blessings for all of you beautiful pregnant women out there. And also, you are beautiful. I'll say that as well, because I gained a lot of weight during pregnancy, and I was very self-conscious, very insecure about the weight that I gained. You are beautiful in every stage, especially when you're growing life within your womb. That is, if you ask me, one of the most beautiful states a woman could be in is pregnant. And you have to take pride in that and take joy in that and look at yourself and tell yourself in the mirror that you are beautiful. And know that it's not like this permanent thing. Like, oh my God, I'm going to look like this forever. It's like, no, it's just a couple of months worth of extra weight that will come off. And you do not have to bounce back. Let me say that again. I don't actually want to tap my phone, but you do not have to bounce back right after, because I'm not going to say it's impossible because some women do it, but they do it because they kill themselves to do it. Ain't no bouncing back around here. We're gonna get that out of the vocabulary. We're gonna ball it up, we're gonna throw it out. You're gonna do what your body needs, which is rest and care. And you will take care of yourself like afterwards. After the fact, I mean, you should be working out throughout it as well. But don't feel this pressure that I gotta get my body back, I gotta bounce back. Health. Your health is what matters, your safety is what matters. Make sure everything's done in a healing and a slow way, and don't rush to get your body back, because it will never truly be back, because it has been ultimately changed in the most beautiful way. You're going to get your new body. Let's call it that. You're not going to get the old one back. You're going to get the new one, the new after I had a baby body. And a lot of times what I've heard people say is they actually prefer their bodies as they get older, as the weight has gained and whatever, because once you gain the weight and you like tone it out, I don't know what I just did, but I don't know. You just feel, I don't want to say thicker, because that's not the point. More toned, I guess, more firm, more, you fill out your body more. Like, it's not just about being skinny. You kind of fill out and strengthen all of the parts of your body. So look at it that way. Don't rush yourself to bounce back, because your body is still going to look pregnant even after you give birth. You're still going to have the gut for a bit. So take your time with that whole process, and be patient with yourself, be patient with your body, be patient with your baby. Like I said, it's a journey. You're going to have some hardships in it, but if you take it slow, take it like just having the foundation in the Lord, and knowing that the process is slow but deep, and there's depth to the pregnancy and the childbirth and the recovery afterwards. If you take it slow, your body is going to rock with you, and health is the ultimate goal at the end of the day. Healthy you, healthy baby, healthy body. So let's finish off, because I think I'm done kind of just rambling over the different things I have in my mind about stuff that women talk about on social media with pregnancy. I'll say postpartum for its own separate thing, but a lot of stuff on social media is fake, and people will fake these things and edit and all this stuff so they make it look all shiny, and it's not always like that. So don't go into it with your eyes shut. I want you to go into it with your eyes open, that it's not always going to be pretty, it's not always going to be rainbows and sunshine, but that it's still a beautiful experience along the way, even with the pain, even with the heartache, even with the mental load that it carries, and the not having the need to feel pressure by outside sources that have nothing to do with you and the pregnancy in the first place. They ain't there with you in your house every single day. They're not going to be there with you during your childbirth. They're not going to be the one pushing out the baby. They're not going to be the one getting doing the workouts afterwards to, if you have the weight and you want to lose it. They're not going to be there for any of that. So who cares about what they say? You worry about you. You worry about God, and you worry about you. So we're going to finish off with Psalms chapter 127, verse 3 through 5. Psalms 127, verse 3 through 5. Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Happy is the man that hath his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with the enemies in the gate. Now, I love this, because, let me just read what I put. Children are a legacy you leave behind. They make life happy, which they do. They really bring so much joy into your life, so much noise, and so much joy. They truly bring life. They bring light and life into the world, because they're just so precious, and they're so little, and they're so cute. And the beautiful thing is, I don't really truly understand what all of these verses mean, and I think it's best for us to just marinate on that, and let's just sit with that. That's the beautiful thing about God, is you're not going to read and understand everything all the time. Sometimes you're going to read and be like, what? You're just going to close the Bible and be like, what did I just read? I don't understand. It's not that you're going to jump in and understand. It's that the Lord is going to have the words jump out so that you can understand when it's time. It's spiritual. It's a spiritual book. You need spiritual help understanding it. The Lord is going to let things pop out at you at the right times. So with this, I don't fully know what it means. The part I can pull out is that children are a heritage, and you're blessed if you have a quiver full of them, and your life going to be happy. And as far as the depth of what that actually means, because the Lord is Alpha and Omega, he is very deep in his meanings and understandings, I don't know. So let's let that marinate. let's marinate on those three verses on children being in heritage and them being a blessing and appreciating them and what they mean for life, what they add to life. And I don't like how we always seem like we separate children from adults. I mean, we are separate, but we're the same beings. They're humans. They're just small. So we can't look at them like these little aliens. That was us. That was us however many years ago. Children turn into adults. So I don't want to get twisted. We are separate, like especially as far as like relationships, and we shouldn't be dealing with children. We are different in that way, but as far as species, we are all human beings. They are us, just younger. So we have to be patient with them, just like we wanted people to be patient with us as we were growing up. So all in all, I'll just end it. Just pregnancy is beautiful. It is a miracle of life. It is the miracle of God showing up in this earth, as are many other things, nature, animals, all the things just coexisting together. The Lord and his beauty in his handiwork, and just appreciating that and loving the journey of that and being blessed to be a part of that. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope this encouraged some of you pregnant women out there. Just stay strong, keep going. You got this. You're going to meet that baby soon. And we will continue this more and more and just delve more into motherhood. So I pray you all have a great day and grace and peace.